Sir Cliff!
Hello!
Welcome! Welcome! Come in.
Hi, how are you all?
This is my mother.
Oh, Mummy. So good to see you.
And this is my wife, Margaret.
Sir Cliff Richard, you're the first night we've ever had on our show.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
I've got first night jitters. Cliff,
Oh,
what
you
am
are
I?
sweet.
What am I?
What are you?
I'm a cliffhanger.
Yes, very good, Ami. And this is my son, Sanjeev.
Sanjeev, hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Gosh, look at... I'm going to
Yes.
get rid of this duffel coat.
No, it's just that the show's going out in India.
Oh, is
and,
it?
yeah, that's why I'm wearing
that's fantastic.
something quite naff. Normally I wear sort of classy stuff like you normally wear. Right?
Sir Cliff, have you ever been to India?
I was born in India.
Born in India.
Oh, my God!
What?
He's one of us!
Wait till my sister sees you!
Oh, wait till my sister sees me.
I've always felt so strangely drawn to you.
Ask him now. It'll make them happy in India.
Dad,
Those people in your family too? Don't you want to make them happy?
well, who specifically? Because some of them can... Sorry, Sir Cliff. You know you're doing your new single at the end of the show?
I hope so.
Yeah, which is great and
good.
everything. We were just wondering if you could do something else. Something that we all know, you know, like 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah, OK.
And in Punjabi.
OK, then.
Well, I mean, I can talk you through it. It's quite simple.
I can do anything.
Yeah, it goes something like this. It's Bella din Christmas ta priya ni mainu ditta kabutar bara petri which. That's it. It goes like Duja din Christmas ta priya ni mainu ditta do turtle kabutar or kabutar bara petri which. Anatisa din Christmas ta priya ni mainu ditta ten French murgi do. Turtle kabutar or kabutar bara petri which. Ora chotha din Christmas. Say laughing bandar panch gande kutti char aloo gobi ten French murgi do turtle kabutar or kabutar bada petri which something like that.
OK, no.
Welcome back, Neil Morris is to my home base. Isn't it? Now, my next guest is a typical immigrant success story. He came over from India, moved into a council house and became the king of pop. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Cliff Richard!
Bye, mate.
Excellent. Please, Sir Cliff.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, you shouldn't leave that there.
And those are laddus.
I know.
This has almonds in it.
I know.
And there's coconut.
Yes, and this is
And this is chocolate coins.
Oh.
Mum, sit down there.
Thank
You're kind of like, OK. You bothered Sir Cliff enough.
Oh, I know. Listen, I've got to get something off my chest, though, before we start.
Please do.
Umi,
Hanji.
main tumhe piya kata.
Hi.
Wow!
Oh, lucky you.
Oh,
I know.
but I have always gone for the younger woman.
Well, we'll never hear the end of it now.
No, you won't.
Now, Sir Cliff, it's Christmas, so you've got a single out.
Yes.
It's traditional.
Kind of.
We all love it because we've been listening to it non-stop. But what's it about?
It's actually an anti-war film, or it's rather a pro-peace film. It's not a
Film?
Film? Did I say film?
Hey, look, you're Sir Cliff Richard.
I
I mean,
know.
I'll go along with anything you say. You know.
But it's actually a pro-peace song. You know, it's about laying down your swords and fighting no more. It's a nice sentiment in this kind of period that we've been through.
Yeah.
It's a nice song to have.
Listen, that applies to the world and it applies to this house, which is a nice thing. Works on two levels at least.
Sure it does.
You know, I mean,
Sir Cliff, I was so excited when you mentioned that you were born in India.
Yeah.
When you were growing up there, did you live the high life with croquet and servants and a flush toilet?
Oh, well, 1 out of 3 is not bad. We had servants. Yeah, that flush toilet. Do you know, I can't remember a flush toilet.
There probably wasn't one then.
Well, there may not have been one, no. But I have really nice memories of India.
Oh, that's...
Because they're childhood memories, so all my childhood was a very happy one there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
really terrific. Did you fly kites?
Oh,
well,
yes.
I was born in Wembley, so... Dad,
Mr. Sutcliffe, when you moved to Britain, I believe you got a bit of abuse from the locals here, didn't you?
Well, yeah, from the locals, no, from the children. I was kind of swarthy when I came. I had a really good tan. I'd done nothing but live in India from the time I was born till the time I was almost 8. So when I arrived, I may have looked a little different. You know what children are like. I got called funny names and things.
you know, I mean, I used to get a lot of stick at school, so I'd relate to...
Oh, I got the stick
what you're
many
saying.
times.
Oh, all right, I didn't get that stick.
Oh, did you?
No,
Oh,
I
did.
got stuck.
You were...
They put glue and that,
come
yeah, it was
on.
kind of...
My father used to call me a little chokra.
Really?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that you'd have been a right little gunda. Come on.
Do you know, if I told anyone that Cliff Richard would call me a gunda, they'd never believe it. That's amazing. I'm happy to be insulted with that. That's great.
I've watched this show, my friend. You're a gunda.
Now, you were called the British Elvis, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now, did you ever meet the American Elvis, who was Elvis Presley?
I think I understand what you mean. No, I didn't, actually. I mean, I tried to meet him when I was very young. Well, I started 58, so around about 59, 60, I went on a holiday with some friends. 4 of us drove to Italy. And when we drove back, we said, let's go via Germany. And we found Elvis's home.
Oh, this is when he was in the army, isn't it?
This is when he was in the army and in Wiesbaden or something like that. Anyway, they said, go on, you're the fan, you go out and say hello. So I rushed up to the door and banged on the door, and this big guy said, he's not here.
Sutcliffe, it reminds me of when I went to meet Mark Bolan. Not the Mark Bolan from T-Rex. This was Mark Bolan, the sales representative. And he was also out.
Not only irrelevant, not even Christmassy.
You know, whenever I'm out, I love to wear these gorgeous shawls. Thank you very much, Auntie Verinda. Thank God that's over with. I thought I was going to faint.
Mr. Richard, you're a film star as well as a pop star. Summer Holiday was my favourite. It was about a bus, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
But tell me, did you actually drive the bus, or did you have a...
Briefly. I didn't drive it. I mean, they wouldn't let me drive it for a start, the insurance and all that, but they did have to let me drive it when we got to Constitution Square in Greece, in Athens.
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty horrifying.
Yeah. That's amazing, Cliff. You really had the full immigrant experience. You came all the way from India just to drive a bus.
Mum,
Sir Cliff Richard,
Mum.
you were the first pop star to be knighted by the Queen. Talk about that for a bit.
It was a very wonderful occasion. I mean, I don't know how many times that sword has been on people's shoulders, but, you know, when you think of Sir John Gielgud and Sir everybody else, I'm thinking, I'm standing here, or kneeling here, rather, and the same sword is touching my shoulders. It was very emotional, and I find it a great sort of privilege, and I feel quite honoured.
Sutcliffe, you may have a knighthood now, but isn't it true at school you were unceremoniously stripped of your prefect's badge?
Where do you get this information? Because it is absolutely true.
Hi, Cliff.
Well, I mean, look. One morning I thought, what can I do for a really good day? And some friends and I went off and we queued up from 6 a.m. and we bought Bill Haley tickets.
Wow. Oh, well, that was worth it.
Well, yeah, it was really worth it. We took the day off school, which was probably the mistake. We should have gone there after lunch. And the teachers found out, and I had just become a prefect. I had my badge on and everything, and they took it away from me. But only for about 2 weeks. I did get it back.
Oh.
wow.
I, too, lost my prefect's badge. I was 10 years old.
Oh.
It was my father's birthday, and I sneaked away through a hole in the school fence to buy my father a birthday present at the local market. But when I got back, they'd repaired the hole, and I was caught climbing over the fence.
Wait a minute, they took your badge away for that?
I was also drunk and smoking a cigar.
Now, despite having your own vineyard, is this true? You've only been drunk 3 times in your life?
Outrageously drunk 3 times in my life. I think I've been actually moved to totter on a couple of occasions.
And what I was going to say, your vineyard is in Portugal. Well, I understand you also had a street named after you.
I did.
What's that street called?
It's called It's called Rua Sir Cliff Richard. And underneath it's got, in Portuguese, singer.
I remember Wimbledon '96 when a play was rained off and you entertained the whole crowd singing a cappella for 20 minutes. Was that one of the occasions you were drunk?
Actually, I should have been, because it was one of those things that happened completely spontaneously. The secretary of the club said, "Would you do something?" I said, "When you say do something, I don't have a guitar or anything here." He said, "Be interviewed." So I said, OK. So I did a 5-minute interview, and it was pouring with rain, and the people were sitting around. And then just as it coming to the end of the interview, and this is when my heart really sank, and I wished I'd had a couple of whiskeys, he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I know you'd never forgive me if I didn't ask Sir Cliff to sing something." Well, I mean, come on. But I'm glad I did it, though. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a... I'm glad I was sober to remember it, too.
Yeah, see, that's the advantage. That's about all we got time for.
Before you go, Sir Cliff, as this show is going out in India, if you were to say Merry Christmas to all our wonderful relatives out there, it would be a great honour. And it would also save me a fortune in stamps.
So it's into that camera there.
Oh, OK. Well, hello, everybody. Or should I say goodbye? No, hi. May I wish you all a fantastic Christmas. And if you don't support Christmas, may you have a wonderful life forever.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's
Could you now do it in Hindi?
Yes. Chup rao.
We're not going to be able to top that, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Cliff Richard and Neil Morrissey. Sir Cliff doesn't want to do the song in Punjabi. He says it's stupid. Sounds like
It's a bit flash as well, isn't it?
well, it's kind of but that's all right.
If I sing a whole song in Punjabi, they're all going to think, who is he just showing off?
No, well, yeah, that's all right.
That's all right with you?
No, that's okay.
You don't worry, sweetheart. You just do your nice English song instead.
Thank you.
And we'll try and make it as Christmassy as possible.
Come rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Lay down your swords and fight no more for the sake of Christmas Day. The Savior came down to this earth to show us everyone how to live in harmony together under the sun. We don't need a Merry Christmas. We don't need a Happy New Year. The only wish on Santa's list is that one day there will be peace on this earth. Through the valleys, over the hills, church bells echo their sound. Whispers